they went after them because they were just anti-trans. They thought that homosexuality and any kind of expression of being queer was morally degenerate, much like many right-wingers think to this day, as a matter of fact. Much to think about there. I wonder why modern right-wingers agree. Asmongold asserts that Nazis burned down Magnus Hirschfeld Institute of Sexology in 1933 not because it was a safe space for queer people, but because it was written in Jewish, not German. Wait, what?
The Nazis burned books on gender sciences.
They did do that.
First. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans.
It's a bit of a miss. Like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German.
It is just crazy that, like, what is declared good enough in terms of political commentary on the right-wing side of things. That's crazy. Hey, congratulations to the DigiGears, okay? DigiGears, you did it. #1 political commentator on the platform. Still going, by the way. All the DigiGears. You did it. You did it. You wanted someone to have a different perspective reflected on the platform for diversity of opinion. I hope you're happy with that. Written in Jewish. What does that even mean?
And it was like a retaking of Germany for Germans. That was like the uprising of...
No, it was because they were fucking anti-trans. What kind of conversation is this? No, the Nazis also happen to be anti-trans. Okay? Which is not surprising, considering how many people in this chat are going, based. Damn, Nazis, based. Nazi W. Gotta give them that, bro.
So it was like, yeah, they were...
No, the books were written in German, okay? I don't think they were written in Jewish, which I don't know what he means by that. Does he mean like Hebrew or Yiddish? Because it definitely wasn't Hebrew. I don't know what purpose it would serve to write trans medical studies in Yiddish, but it definitely wasn't in Hebrew. Anyway, regardless, yeah, all the guys, they went after them because they were just anti-trans. They thought that homosexuality and any kind of expression of being queer was morally degenerate, much like many right-wingers think to this day, as a matter of fact. Much to think about. Much to think about there. I wonder why modern right-wingers agree.
I think it probably might be both in some circumstances, but like it was categorical for it not being written in German. They also burned porn. Yeah, they burned a lot of stuff. It was both, yeah. And no, a lot. And I wish people like this. It's disappointing that you can't have genuine conversations because people try to just like kind of, like.
Here's the page directly talking about the first book burnings. Yeah. Magnus Hirschfeld's Institute for Sexualwissenschaft, Institute of Sex Research. The library included many thousands of volumes on sexuality and other matters relating to its work. The Institute also had a substantial collection of objects, photographs, documents, research, biographies, and patient records. Estimates of total sizes vary. It was, I think, at the time, one of the largest collection of like research, medical research for queer people, trans people in general, gay people. The looted materials was witnessed by the international press being loaded onto a truck, and on the 10th of May, it was taken to the Bebelplatz Square at the State Opera and burned them along with volumes from elsewhere. A total of over 25,000 volumes of un-German books were burned, thereby ushering in an era of uncompromising state censorship. In many university towns, national students marched in torches lit parades against the un-German spirit. The scripted rituals of this night were called for high Nazi officials, professors, rectors, and student leaders to address the participants and spectators. At the meeting places, students threw the pillaged banned books into the bonfires in a great, joyous ceremony. Joseph Goebbels said, "The era of extreme Jewish intellectualism is now at an end. The breakthrough of the German Revolution has again cleared the way on the German path. The future German man will not just be a man of books, but a man of character. It is to this end that we want to educate you as a young person to already have the courage to face the pitiless glare, to overcome the fear of death, and to regain respect for death. This is the task of this young generation." Is blah, 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 blah. Moral degeneracy is bad. Anyone that is fucking... anyone that's queer in any way, shape, or form, any sort of queer expression is un-German, and also morally degenerate. Also, Nazis took all the patient medical records and tracked down the people put in to put in the concentration camps with the infamous pink triangle to mark them as gender traitors. Yep, it is pretty crazy that Asmongold watched that fucking Ethan Klein video, and then his chat kept coming in here to be like, "You're anti-Semitic terrorism lover. You should be banned. Why aren't you banned yet?" Meanwhile, his fucking chat's going based Nazis. But hey, no, wait, that's what a lot of my naysayers wanted, though. They wanted someone with a diversity of opinion on the platform. So,
and pick facts and like not talk about things in an
There you
honest
go.
way. But it's like part of that's true, but it's like not complete.
gender stuff is Jewish. Like, this guy went back to the old school German methodology, it seems. Remember, when someone says that I am anti-Semitic, it's not because they truly believe that I'm anti-Semitic. As a matter of fact, they know I'm not. I'm a far greater threat to the Israeli project and the defense of the Israeli project because I'm not anti-Semitic. Okay? Remember that. Think about how much time ADL spends going after actual anti-Semites, even anti-Semites who come out and say that they're anti-Israel. They rarely do that. The reason for why they rarely do that is because when an overtly anti-Semitic person is engaging in anti-Israel sentiment, that's an easy one to just point to and say, see, he hates Israel because he's a Nazi. When someone who has spent a great bit of time combating anti-Semitism and is actually tackling the apartheid regime from the perspective of human rights and morality, that's how you actually create real problems. Why? Because this is a safe space for Jews. That's why. God forbid Jonathan Greenblatt's immediate relatives under the age of 35 happen to frequent this broadcast and, develop a different attitude towards Israel. Now that's real scary. By the way, I wasn't saying that he has immediate relatives that are fans of mine. I was just using that as a hypothetical example. It's just many of the Jewish Hasanabi heads obviously are I assume, from backgrounds where their parents have very different opinions on Israel. This presents a much greater threat to the development of a pro-Israeli narrative amongst the American Jewish masses. If you got a guy who is like obviously not fucking anti-Semitic, talking about the issues purely from the stance of immorality, and not allowing anti-Semitism to manifest in here, then you're going to have to spend a great deal of time. You're going to have to spend a great deal of time trying to make me look fucking anti-Semitic. Good luck. The more they use the anti-Semitic card, the less powerful it will be. Yeah, that's also a dangerous prospect in and of itself for a different reason. Because anti-Semitism is a real form of bigotry, a very dangerous form of bigotry, as a matter of fact. And when you just use it on nonsensical bullshit that deep down in your fucking heart is not anti-Semitic, you end up making anti-Semites point to that and go, see, they say this about everyone.